We're in today with the AMD FirePro W5100. This is a 2013 video card with 4GB of VRAM GDDR5. It's got 1000 MHz on the core clock and 1500 MHz on the memory clock. 128 bits, DirectX 12 support, and we're gonna pair it up with this E5 2699 V4 with 22 cores and 44 threads. The only thing I have today is I got two of them. I got enabled two GPUs. AMD FirePro W5100, AMD FirePro W5100. I managed to see this by mistake because I was thinking, you know what, if the R9 295 is doing the same thing, maybe what happens if I put two video cards like this in the PCI Express, you know? If they don't have a Crossfire cable, it will be very interesting to see what's going on. But the moment I installed the GPUs, I managed to see this. Use two GPUs together to improve performance in supported applications. Is this the new Crossfire? Apparently yes. I enabled this and I entered the game and you will see exactly that's the AMD Crossfire logo, and it's fascinating. Seriously, I never thought this is going to happen. So if this is happening like this, AMD is winning the SLI Crossfire game. Seriously, in my books, AMD managed to win this. Without that stupid cable, it's even better because I always have problems on the connector, you know. The moment I put the cable, I always have problems like glitching, SLI glitching, Crossfire glitching. Every single time it's horrible. I think the idea today is very interesting to see two AMD FirePro W5100 in Crossfire. It's very interesting, you know. So I think the best thing to do is jump in a couple of games that actually supports Crossfire and see how they are holding. Let's go. All right, let's start with GTA 5. Can actually see it's doing a fantastic job. It's a bit glitchy, but it's working in Crossfire based on the logo, you know, CrossFireX there, it shows up. I thought I have VSync, but no, it's 62 FPS on average here with 3.2 gig of VRAM utilization. You can see it's using nearly 10 gig of system RAM, 10% load on the CPU. CPU is doing fantastic, disregarding the 2.8 gig on the frequency, but even with those amounts of cores on this low frequency, the CPU can handle this. Let's go into the garage and see if it's lagging there. If it's not lagging, then I'll go in the casino, maybe sell a car or something like that, and see if different type of environments it's putting this system to good use. Even though it's on 100%, you can actually see the GPUs are trying to keep the temperature on check. 67, 68, under 70 degrees with two GPUs on Crossfire like this, I will take it, you know. Considering it's GTA 5, I will say they do a nice work here. I think they added up to 8 gig. I don't know, you know, I put it on maximum details, so I think this is the best that they can do. But in this situation, you can clearly see that it's doing okay. 60 FPS on maximum details with two AMD FirePro W5100 in Crossfire. I will take this all day. Do need to take in consideration that this Crossfire is consuming 300 watts, nearly 300 watts. So I will say an overall performance with Crossfire, yeah, definitely it's worth checking it out. I mean, considering it doesn't utilize 12 volts power connector on the video card, it says everything, you know, because this is a small, very efficient one unit video card that doesn't consume a lot of water. So I will say an overall performance is great, you know. So can say nothing bad about this by this combination, because it's a very efficient Crossfire. Seriously, very, very efficient Crossfire. Does it run Crysis? Look at this, nearly 300 watts power consumption. It's got 75 FPS on average with maximum details, anti-aliasing, 8x. Everything is maxed out and it's using only 1.4 gig of VRAM. I mean, it looks fantastic, you know. You can actually see the tier in the middle. Oh, not say nothing, it's working. I got the Crossfire logo, CrossfireX logo, 100% load on both of the cores, 64 degrees, though Crossfire apparently it's not heating up the video cards. I mean, there is a lot of airflow in the case because the video cards are small and small, one unit, you know. There's not a lot of heating in this situation, but it looks great, it runs fantastic. And in this case, you can actually see all titles are good with this type of video card. I mean, it's an old video card, you know, but it doesn't have a Crossfire cable, but it's working like this with MGPU, multiple GPUs option in AMD's software. And I like it. Look at this. Freaking nice to see Crysis at maximum. Look at this. Holy smoke, near the smoke, I got like 48 FPS with 20 ms. I mean, this is not good. This is not bad at the same time. I mean, I see the limits on the video card, you know. AMD FirePro 5100, you know, in the maximum details, with maximum details in Crysis. You get in Crossfire 51 FPS. But if we're jumping in Battlefield 1 with low details, you can actually see it's doing a fantastic job. Crossfire is there with AMD CrossfireX logo, so in this situation you can clearly see that we're gonna have a really nice chance here to actually play the game with this setup. It's gonna be very interesting because I want to see if it's holding Battlefield without any bugs. But if this one is working, then there is no problem on starting the older ones. This is very important because if you can get 100 FPS here with this amount of average with 10 ms, this is fantastic. Can clearly see that I got nearly 300 watts consumption here, so I will say this is an awesome performance overall. When it comes to gaming online, you know, it's very important to have games that actually works with Crossfire. You can actually see the scaling is good, there's no artifacts, 63 degrees. I mean, overall performance is great with this type of Crossfire, you know. CPU has no problem, under 20% load on the CPU, actually doing a fantastic job with 41 degrees. Based on the temperature, I will say it's not very stressed. With maximum details here, apparently the game it's holding pretty well, 46 FPS. Maximum details, I'll say it again, maximum details, because it's very important. This game it's actually brutalizing any setup, so if you're interested on playing some older titles, it's good for your hardware, but here you can clearly see that is going to take a toll on this. Let's see if we can actually survive here, because if I remember correctly, it's going to be very hard on the system itself. Holding 35 FPS, 25 ms. Apparently, it's not that easy on the system. Seriously, yeah. Apparently, the game managed to drop a lot. Seriously, in this situation, you can clearly see it's yeah. Whenever you're in an intense fight, it's dropping below 40 FPS. So maximum details. Apparently, it's kind of hard on this, seriously. For if I get 48 FPS, apparently it's a lot. Apparently Darksiders it's running really nice, you know, but it's not utilizing the VRAM. I only got 1 gig of VRAM utilization, maximum core load 62-65 degrees on the temperature. You can actually see it's going to stay around there, under 70. I will say it's staying pretty well there. I got 300 watts consumption. It looks great with maximum details. This game, you can actually see it's kind of nice to see a game this freaking good running with Crossfire. On the CPU side, under 20% load, 40 degrees on the CPU. It's actually fantastic, and yeah, apparently it's not utilizing too much VRAM. I think maximum details with this, it's kind of too much. 30 FPS, 21, 44 ms. Whew. Okay, I will definitely need R9295 in quad CrossfireX in order to get this game to run on maximum details and performance. But it's holding, look at this. This is my new game test in order to test SLI and Crossfire. Mad Max, it's utilizing the GPUs perfectly. In this case, you can see based on the wattage is doing a fantastic job. 71 degrees. This is the first time I'm seeing the GPUs are getting hot with maximum fan speed, you know, so the Crossfire is working, the scaling is good, it looks fantastic even at night. Seriously, I mean, it's night. I wish it was day so I can show you the quality in the game, but definitely it's one of those situations that I like. CPU wise, I have no problem. 6.1 gig of system RAM utilized, and the CPU stays very cool. I like it, seriously. I like this performance overall. Okay, so Mad Max, it's one of those games that will really be put on the list when it comes to Crossfire. I like how it's working here, and it's utilizing the system properly. This is one of those games that actually works really nice on this platform with CrossfireX. Can actually see 130 FPS is the maximum, but it's not stressing the video cards. 62 degrees, 59 in both of the video cards, 500 megabytes of VRAM. On maximum details here, it looks very interesting in this situation with this type of performance. I mean, what do you expect from a video card like this? Sorry, from those video cards. It's doing fantastic. The CPU is not stressed. I mean, come on, I think you can play this with LJ775 if you want, but in this situation I have no problem with my CPU. 5.7 gig of system RAM being utilized. I think this is actually good. In this game, apparently there is no problem here. There is no problem playing this game with Crossfire. This is the type of game that you need to add on your list if you're interested on utilizing two video cards like this. So I will say, you know what, I'll take this. I want to show you something. See, this is why the AMD FirePro W5100 it's interesting. It's so old, but it's got DirectX 12 support. The game says it's out of date, the driver, but he managed to start the game. Let's see if it actually goes, because sometimes it doesn't work. The moment you enter a city, you can actually walk around and it crashes, it doesn't crashes. But regardless, I activated low details, FSR, and frame generation. Well, it managed to start the game. I can't complain here. You know, but with frame generation, with FSR, with everything there, it still doesn't cut it. You know, so yeah, look at this. 1024. Let's try like this. See, your graphics drivers, are out of date. Two things until it's loading, because I wanted to one, the game is starting. Second, there's no crossfire, so Starfield doesn't support multi-GPU in this situation. But yeah, if it's something that you want to do like this with low resolution, apparently this video card can actually start. 11 years old video card from Nvidia doesn't do this. You understand? So this video card managed to age very well with the driver. 7 FPS, 100 ms. I don't want that. 120. It looks like I'm playing 2001 Starfield. Look at it, 4x3. Man, you can't sell this. I can't complain about this, because even if it's from 2013, I mean, this is a lot of years. One, for managing to survive this amount of years. This is one plus for the video card. Second plus for this video card, it's super slim, 1 unit video card. Third, doesn't require external power supply, so it makes it very efficient, utilizing only the PCI Express power. That's actually fantastic. 4, DirectX support. Actually fantastic. I'm actually surprised that he managed to start Starfield. I mean, it's crashing, it doesn't have a lot of powers. Yeah, it doesn't matter that, you know, because it's an old video card and it was not meant for that. But it did manage to start the game even with 7 FPS. So I'm very proud of that. Now, what this video card managed to teach me today is that if you put 2 AMD video cards that are the same in PCI Express slot without any crossfire cable, there is a high chance you can actually utilize them in multi-GPU. And I'm very impressed about this, and I want to test more video cards like this in the future. I don't know if they are working, but I will experiment the crap out of this idea with AMD video cards. Because I'm very shocked and surprised how it's working, seriously. Today with this setup, I was inspired by the R9 295 because they don't require crossfire cables. So today I managed to see they are performing similar, you know, but they got a different type of menu when it comes to crossfire because they are FirePro and they have a different type of control panel. Very interesting thing to see, you know, but yeah, can't wait in the future to test more. So I learned today something, seriously, I learned today something about the AMD old video cards. I'm very happy that I managed to show you that type of setup, and maybe in the future you can make your own decision when it comes to SLI or Crossfire, you know, because I like SLI, but every single day Crossfire is getting bigger and bigger in my heart, seriously. If you do have any suggestion in the future for the setup or for the video cards, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.